Hi! Today I'm here to do a book haul for you guys. If you remember back during my updates for the first day or two of the Get Your Read On Readathon, I mentioned that I had bought some books, and I'm not really ashamed of it because when you guys hear the backstory at the end of this video, I think you might understand why. So I'm going to split it into three parts. The first part is going to be the actual books that I purchased on this buy last week. The second part is going to be I say comics, but graphic novels is probably the better term for the other portion of books that I bought last week. And then the third part is going to be the one book that I ended up purchasing yesterday when I went back to that same store. So here we go. The first book that I have on the pile is this one right here. And yes, it is a children's book, but it looks so intriguing. It's book 4 in the 43rd Old Cemetery Road. It's called The Phantom of the Post Office by Kate Kleiss, and it's illustrated by Sarah Kleiss, so I'm assuming they're related somehow. And the dust jacket is just beautiful overall. When I take off the dust jacket, though, it's got this lovely hardback underneath, and the inside flaps are actually really, really gorgeously illustrated. And then the actual story is told in the most randomest of ways. And it makes me want to get my hands on the first 3 in the series and read them, because I think this is going to be a very unique telling of a tale, but it's also going to be really, really fun. The next book I have is Island of Thieves by Josh Lacey, and not only is the cover very eye-appealing and eye-catching, but the title is very catchy as well. Then I read the little blurb on the corner of this cover, and I was like, I've got to have this. It says, an ancient map and a buried treasure harbor a mystery worth millions in this treasure island meets James Bond thriller. You had me at Treasure Island. I haven't actually read any of the James Bond writings, but I did grow up watching all of the James Bond movies. And I think that it's pretty interesting to see something that's got those two kinds of stylings doing a crossover. It just sounds really cool. And when you take this dust jacket off, look at that. Is that not the coolest? I think that the cover design is actually really, really pretty, and to have it also imprinted on the hardback is just lovely. The next book here in my pile is Ladies in Waiting by Laura L. Sullivan, and this is one that I actually did want to purchase, and finding it where I did, I was just so excited. It takes place in 1662, and it's about 3 young girls who end up getting thrown into royal society, where each one of them end up and how they handle that situation, and it just sounds like it's going to be a very interesting read. Hopefully the writing does not disappoint, because now that I have read something set in a historical setting and it's so beautifully done, I'm just nervous that every historical story is never going to live up to it. Another book that had been on my list of ones that I wanted to get, and I was so excited to find in this store, was The Julian Game by Adele Griffin. And this cover just pops out at you with the blue hair and the green gloves. Basically, this new girl goes to this new town. She's the new girl, duh. And she ends up meeting this cool guy who is the ex-boyfriend of the head of the school, basically. This girl is just, if she doesn't like you, your life is over. Seriously, it's over. You're done. And the new girl decides to play a little joke. She creates this new account on Facebook, and she contacts Julian, and she kind of plays up things, and when Julian starts to fall for her and she kind of starts falling for Julian, she needs to find a way to stop this and kind of get back on track with Julian, because she really likes him. And this new girl realizes that the head honcho girl doesn't like her very much. So it sounds really interesting. It's really short, so it shouldn't take me too long to get through, and it's just a very intriguing book. Again, they're taking social media into the writing, and I'm intrigued to see how that is going to play out in this story. The next two that I have are by the same author, and they're ones that I wanted to get for a while as well. It is Au Revoir, Crazy European Chick, and Perry's Killer Playlist by Joe Schreiber. I do like this original design, but I also like this redone cover for the series. This one, though, has something underneath, and let us check it out together. Oh, cool. Oh, this is cool. Oh, it's for New York. New York City. Look at that. Like, they've got the Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge. Wow. I wonder how these dots, though, are going to play into the story. Right? This map has to play a part in the story. I think that is so cool. Oh, that is lovely. Now I am a little upset that they changed the covers, because they probably don't have that same cool design on the second book. I like the design for this first one. These ones, though, are actually, at least Perry's Killer Playlist, I do believe, is a little more of a newer release. I don't know if it's just a duology or if the author is writing more to the series, but I was pretty impressed to find both of these there. And the final book that I ended up finding last week to get is Mr. Death's Blue-Eyed Girls by Mary Downing Han. And it's actually the back that really, drew me to the story. First off, the title, of course, but it was just really intriguing to me, and I've never heard of it before. Basically, the back says, without turning on the light, he dresses slowly, carefully, dark shirt, dark pants, then glances at his dim reflection in the mirror. His face looks the same as usual. A pale oval in the shadows, expressionless, the kind of face nobody remembers. He smiles at himself. The man you meet at the top of the stairs, that's who he is. The man who isn't there. The man you should pay attention to. The man you shouldn't offend. Vengeance is mine, saith the man who isn't there. Oh, does that not just kind of creep you out a bit? Well, moving on to the second part, these are the graphic novels / comics that I ended up purchasing at the same store. The first is Kim by Rudyard Kipling, and all of these covers have a gorgeous design to them, but there is one that is my absolute favorite. I'll tell you when I get to it. The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. The Land That Time Forgot by Edgar Rice Burroughs. The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells, and this is the cover that I absolutely love. I would want this cover on a big poster so I could put it on my wall. That's how much I love this cover design. King Solomon's Mines by H. Rider Haggard. And finally, The Last Continent by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Now moving on to the final part of this book haul, and this one I ended up stumbling into that same store yesterday, and I was looking for something else, but then I spotted this, and the book is Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevers. I've heard it said both ways. I'll maybe do some research and find out the accurate way to say its name, but I have it now. I have it. Yay! Yay! So I think it's time now to come to the fun part of this, and that's, you're probably thinking, why is telling where you got these even better than showing all of these lovely books? Well, the reason why is for each one of these graphic novels, comics, whatever, I paid $2 each. Brand new. Brand new. Yes. And then with each one of these hardbacks that I showed you, including this one, I paid $5. Just kidding, just kidding. I paid $1.50. Yeah, $1.50. Hardback every single one of these was only $1.50 Canadian. What? 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 Yeah, baby! $1.50. I'm so excited by this deal. Basically, I went into one of the local dollar stores in the area. I went in and I found these books. Sometimes they have really good books. Other times they've got books that I'm like, I've never heard of this before. I'm not even going to look. And other times I stumble in and I spot something and I'm like, can I buy you? Because, come off it. Oh. I didn't even pay what I would pay for one of these hardbacks. For all of these books, I probably paid what this book would cost regular price. Yeah. That is a deal, you guys. That is like daylight robbery for that dollar store. Or actually, probably for my local bookstore, since they sell things full price. And I got this for half that. They all do have like this, all the hardbacks have the bargain price marker thingy on it, but I don't really care. I've got this gorgeous hardback. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just lovely. I'm done with this book haul. If you guys want to talk in the comments, I am more than willing to talk to you guys, and I'm gonna enjoy my new books. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, go and pick up a random book and read. Bye, guys!